Give me a second here. I didn't strap my or clip my microphone. Strap my So the whole psychology that they're using, the entire psychological operation, is exactly as I told you they were using against me for years. And it's the same reasoning. They're crooks, man. Work for foreign governments. They work for narcos. There's probably a spycraft communication system in there. Most likely, that thing where the CIA was involved with narcotics distribution was true to some degree. Now, where it is and who it is and how that happens is, still up for answers, I guess. So again, what they did is they utilized a spycraft communication system to recruit people into that fold. Now, part of it is torture. They'll torture you until you're part of it. So these people on the street are being tortured. The only way they feel good with the psychology that they're using is if they go against ICE. If they don't go against ICE, they don't feel okay. They've tried it against me and stuff. I'll play it out sometimes, but I'm not doing as much as I used to. Like I said, it isn't necessarily going to be a narco that's going to bribe or whatever it is they do. Could be some retired FBI guy or something like that. Or CIA, wherever it is. The good old boys, the good old girls, whatever it is. Weather's a little bit better. Got 7 days, and we're theoretically out of the mess. I don't care if it's 30 degrees. That weather feels good to me. I just want it to be like 32 or something, so it melts, and that's it, really. I live in this weather. Yeah, I need to get me a cup of coffee. Definitely dragging here. So I never stayed in the LDS long enough to get to the answer to this question. I guess I can look it up. I read somewhere you can drink actually caffeinated beverages if they're cold. So I have to look that up. I think it's just warm. Something saying it's just warm drinks. But I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I understand it, but don't understand it. Well, she was talking to me, the woman that audiologist, I guess. She was talking about they just hired a new audiologist, so the appointments are coming quicker. But I said, to me, it looked like it was an energy thing, it's just something weird, even though, and again, that's the byproduct. You didn't have enough people. So I said your energy's picking up. It should settle down for all of you. Should be easier. So I went in there, and this guy's complaining. They scheduled everybody once. He ended up getting selected first, but he goes, they schedule everybody at the same time. I'm like, well, the way it works is this: if they schedule one person and that person doesn't show up, then they lose that slot. Now, if they schedule two or three people, do like a half hour block and schedule a certain number of people, or 15-minute block, whatever it is. So that way, somebody will be waiting there for the appointment. They won't lose that slot, but the other person might have to wait 15 minutes or a half hour. And then if an appointment goes past what they thought it was going to go, then it could be longer. And then he started talking. Well, I said, look, if you had a few $1 million, $1 million house, all that stuff, then you call them up and they come to your house. I said, that's the only way to beat it. It ain't the VA. It's like that everywhere. Right. But then he started saying, well, you get an AR and tell them right now. I'm like, we'll try to de-escalate this here. Right. So yeah, it's crazy. People's mindsets. You shouldn't even say that, even if you think it. Yeah, they're gonna end up. They'll probably end up arresting Jersey City government, but I'm sure it's corrupt. They may not even know that they're under investigation, and that's how they deal with it. They'll say, "Oh, they're arresting us because we were going to arrest ICE or something." Yeah, I think you got some of the people that were fired that are out here doing stuff. Criminally operating based upon their training. They'll call it, just working for politics or whatever, but it's way past that. Agreed. Though Pennsylvania has like a great used car system because of the auctions and all that. As long as you don't get fleeced, but I've never got fleeced by a vehicle. You'll find pretty good deals and vehicles in good condition that are older. Not classics, but something that you maybe has some appeal still to it, or classic appeal, should I say? But the van generation is coming back on. I told you, man. I must have sold them inside. Part of that. It, I wish they made like nicer vans, like 4x4 vans. Might have them now again. I don't know. But vans are popular again. They're great vehicles. You hit that button, that side opens up. Ain't nothing better than that. Hit that button, bink. Big lift gate. They should actually build SUVs that have sliding van doors, that kind of thing. That may be something they're going to build soon. Who knows? That doors on the doors on an SUV are so limiting. Like, that's the only I can't get past that. Like when I think about buying other vehicles, I'm like, I can never give up this idea of this side door going and just opening up completely. Apparently, like the younger generations now buying vans because they got kids, but they made the jump to the van. They weren't going to go with like an SUV and struggle. Hmm. No, yeah, I didn't get that. That kind of sucky, but I'll get to it. I guess. I was supposed to. Something just reminded me I was supposed to order something, or actually go to the store to get something. They don't care about nobody. These government people, they don't care. Like the government protecting the immigrant, they don't care about immigrants, man. They only care about their scam, and the immigrants are part of their scam. That's all it is. Right. 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 Yeah, all my coffee was turning out bitter. This is until I found this one company, and I thought I bought from them before, and I thought it was bitter, but I didn't. Surprised. It's really not smooth coffee. I've definitely not had that quality of coffee. Now there in Kansas, there's actually the roastery or whatever it's called. It has their aviation themed coffee. There was a couple of those that were nice and smooth. It's probably a Rico in Jersey City. Yeah, I only posted party. There's a lot more information about what's going on there. You just you know Google it. Yeah, what is the Marshal Service doing today? Uh, District of West Virginia. Or, I think they're broken down into two. I'd have to look. I think actually three. Ah, get up the road here. I knew what they were doing. They ruined my life, man. Sickos. They'll go to hell for it, believe me. I reversed engineered all of it metaphysically, psychologically, and physically. Nobody on the planet's ever done that. Again, used to call me God's man, but then they paid you enough money and said I'm Satan's man, right? And you all are obviously Satan's man and woman. Right? God's sleep days call me God's man. I'm like, what's that mean? But then they paid him enough money, extorted him, paid him money. They said, attack ICE! Attack ICE! Ah, you're evil! And they call it ICE. Like, they don't want to say Border Patrol. They go, ICE. They're all ICE. It's like a trigger word. ICE! It's ICE! Ah! That's how you do it. They're all Fruit Loops, man. The local cops pulling the punches. I told you they weren't your buddies. You didn't want to listen to me. All right. See, they keep trying to put in the head, was it worth it? Was it worth it? You're criminals. You tried to kill me. That's all it is. It isn't like there was some place for me to go. I tried that. Right? No, at least before I knew too much. Right? That's their scam. Oh, he knows too much. You know, darn think he's asleep. Right? Oh, the sun did go in. The sun was out, I guess, yesterday. Nice with the sun's out, but it is melting. Definitely starting to melt. Now it's cooling probably because the sun and all that's totally blocked. That's all you need is a little bit of sun and the temperature up around 25 or something. Although it did melt quite a bit. About a week from now, it'll be warming. Narcotics users everywhere, man, and that's just all it takes, and then they become that radicalized thing, right? Cracks me up. They showed one lifestyles of the immigrant or alien. There's just so much bullshit news coming out that it's brainwashing all of them, right? Wish that sun come back out. It was nice. I deal with the weather, but I love that sun. Yeah, I'm a little low on caffeine. Kind of a weird energy around the VA up in Butler, but the lady, the audiologist, is a good person. I imagine she don't have no weird stuff around her. She probably doesn't even know how weird the world is. Living her little Butler life. Right. If I asked her, I said, I finally got around somebody I could ask. But I said, well, when I was growing up, I was lived Eastern PA and I lived Central PA, and I remember all throughout all of that if you were around Erie, this is the kind of weather you have, Erie, Lake Erie. And she said, yeah, pretty much. She goes, but we haven't had snow like this. And I said, weird part is, when I moved to Pennsylvania a few months back, I started, talking about the storms of the 70s, and early 80s, and you got a chuckle out of that. I said, that's when this kind of snow was prevalent. Right. Hey, Larry. You take the good with the bad, because then in the summers aren't as bad here. So, and, in all this cold, it kills the insects and some of the allergens or some of the pollen. Right? Even though you might have some issues, not like they do other places. Got pretty good trash guys around here. Because I pulled it out after they went by, like last week, and they still did it. That was nice of them. And they were like really focused, they could see me there and everything, so they were paying attention to their surroundings. I dug out a little bit more this morning. Try the return to sender and the flag up on my mailbox. See if the mail person will take it this time. I didn't put the flag up, so something suggested put the flag up. All right, stay peaceful. Praise God and all.